DaddyOFive, you ever heard of him? Well, he runs a YouTube channel along with his wife. His name is Mike Martin and her name is Heather, which is a prank YouTube channel. And who do they pull pranks on? Their kids. They have 5 children and they have pulled pranks on them and raised their following to 800,000 subscribers of people who ostensibly just want to watch kids suffer. And they cling to the idea that it was all pranks until a recent prank went too far. We'll show you that later. YouTube suspended a lot of their videos, took them down. They apologized, but now the DaddyOFive has lost custody of 2 of the kids. In response to losing custody, which went to the 2 kids' birth mother, this is the video they released apologizing and updating folks on the situation they face now.
This has been the absolute worst week of our life, and we realize that we have made some terrible parenting decisions, and we just want to make things right.
I do agree that we put things on the internet that should not be there. We did things that we should not do.
They kind of feel like some of it's their fault, and it's not their fault. It's not. We're the parents, and we should have made better decisions. We are now in family counseling because we need it.
Yeah, you do. I found they're the original video that went around that eventually went too far after a lot of their videos went too far. Here is the clip. It's what they're talking about that later they kind of tried to excuse as comedy. Take a look at the original video that started it all.
Get your fucking ass up here! What the fuck?
What did you do?
What? What the fuck? I didn't do that!
What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
What is this?
Cody!
Tell me! I didn't do that! You tell me what you did! I swear to God, I didn't do that!
Cody!
Call over your carpet! I didn't do that! I don't have anything to color with it!
Why did you do that?
You ruined the carpet.
Get out of here! Mind your business! I didn't do that! Mom and Dad, I didn't do
Oh my
that!
God.
Oh my God!
You know how much that...
I didn't do that! I swear!
We got you both. You were innocent bystander.
Yeah. You just got owned. It's just a prank, bruh.
Look at that kid's face.
So painful to watch. I almost cried the first time I watched that through.
That one?
Yeah, that one. I mean, I watched a few of their videos or a compilation of some of the videos and some of the ways that they like threatened this kid, the youngest, Cody, and I was like tearing up. It was so beyond painful to watch the way that they're talking to this kid and the way that they treat their kids. And so I'm glad that they lost custody because they don't deserve to be parents.
Yeah, and then now there's a tweet going around of a photo of the 2 kids who were taken to their biological mother's house, and they look happy and they're smiling. But what a traumatic thing to put your kids through.
This is such a textbook emotional abuse. I mean, this is, not all abuse is hitting your child. However, that kid, if you looked at some of the videos, it looked like his dad slammed his head into a shelf. It looked like he was egging on the other kids into like punching and hitting him. This is messed up. I think this really became popular after Philip DeFranco pointed it out. And good on him for doing that, because this has to stop. And the justification of, oh, it's just a prank, brah. Fuck off. This is not, that's not how you treat children. And also that's not how you justify god-awful behavior. It's just saying, it's a prank, brah. It's so funny. We're all laughing so hard. Can't you see? Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's ignorant. It's so damaging to these kids, and it will have lasting damage to them.
Yeah, I think the real rub here is that it is going to have lasting, damage on this kid. And the parents are doing so to have some sort of like YouTube success. So there's this thing that's called adverse childhood experiences, which is basically anything from like dealing with like your parents getting separated, your parents getting divorced, or anything like that, to sort of this emotional abuse, witnessing any sort of substance abuse, physical abuse, whatever it may be, and it does have lasting effects. effects. It has lasting effects on the child's health. It can manifest in things like disability and disease, social and emotional problems, and even early death. So they're trying to do a prank on their kid. This kid is clearly traumatized in this situation. They did a follow-up video where they were responding to like the haters, which they call, I'm sorry if haters means anybody who's against like child abuse. Then really call me a hater every freaking day of the week. But like, do you wanna?
Just that video got taken. So what happened was they had all their videos up. DeFranco did his video. They all got taken down. They put up the video you're talking about.
Right.
Which you're absolutely right. Totally tone deaf. And what they say is like, well, man, I don't understand for all the haters out there. I label it comedy. It's a prank. And I don't know why that's making everybody mad. You obviously don't, if you don't want me to do comedy, that's not comedy, you asshole. You're just being an asshole.
And they have the kids in the video, and the kids say something to the effect of like, well, at least you don't beat us like other parents.
What do you think other parents do?
It's like, first of all, like that should not be your bar.
Yeah, you just
for
put
parenting.
Psychosocial trauma.
And also like the fact that they think that other parents means that they have such a skewed vision of what parenting looks like. And they're saying, they said like, they don't understand that it's a prank, like I'm not traumatized, even though I don't know what that word means. Like, of course you're not gonna rat out your parents. Like these kids have like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
And it's just,
if you're a victim of abuse, you're not gonna rat out your parents on your parents' video right in front of them. You're probably scared to death.
It is very clear that these parents have prioritized their subscriber totals over everything else. They're like, the kids love the YouTube. They think the YouTube's awesome. It's like one thing they look forward to the most. And now this kid is gonna feel so guilty. He probably thinks that his reaction is what triggered this
and ruined like the livelihood for his parents. Yeah, that is just so devastating. And for especially the kids, he says in one clip, he's like, I have to vlog my life. And so he has like a prank channel, whatever, but he's telling his kids that it's a vlog. He's just like recording his life. I'm sorry, like even if it's not a prank channel and you're just vlogging your life, if you responded to your kids to getting marker on the carpet, like little children, by saying what the F and screaming at them in that way, like you should not be a parent. Even if you're vlogging your life, even if it's not a prank, whatever it may be, like that is not okay.
Something else that kills me is that 800,000 people subscribe to this channel.
It's fewer now, actually.
Yeah, because those videos aren't up.
The videos are gone.
But like, if those videos were up, wouldn't it still? And then I'm glad that there's nothing else to look for, because I clicked through and I was like, what other videos are the old ones still up?
Is Mommy of 5
still up? I don't know. I just looked at DaddyOFive.
She has
one too.
Heather Martin. I hope not. I assume it's been taken down. Please.
Young Turks membership creates independent media.
Believe me.
No ads.
Believe me.
All the shows.
Believe me.
On demand.
Believe me.
Support independent media.
Believe me.
It's awesome, tremendous. You'll love it.
Believe me.
And by the end, you'll be thinking,
I'm like a smart person.
tytnetwork.com/join.